I want to go to Hawaii, yeah.
Can you see that?
I can see it, but it's just kind of small.
Tough.
Hello out there, world, or at least the 500 or so people who watch this on YouTube. I'm Staff Sergeant Raymond Hoy, and this is your Academy Insider. Got a good show for you this week. Plenty of newsy things happened. And of course, it snowed again. Plus, we have a new background. I know you saw it last week, but I didn't really know it was there, so it's all just green to me. We're gonna try and make this short this week. It'll be a first. First up, we have a wreath laying ceremony for an AC-130 gunship. The wreath was laid in honor of the aircrew of Spirit 03, which was down during the Gulf War while providing close air support for troops on the ground during Desert Storm. The wreath laying ceremony coincided with the 20th anniversary of the tragic loss on January 31st, 1991. Up next, we have a bunch of Girl Scouts or Brownies, or were they Daisies? Anyway, they swung by the chemistry department for a chemistry magic show. These events have been going on for a long time and are a great outreach tool for the Academy to promote education in the community.
Well, the Department of Chemistry has been doing this type of show, like chemical magic shows, even since the 1960s. And at that particular time, the department felt that we needed to do something for the community, to give back to the community in an area of our expertise, which was chemistry. So that's when the Chemistry Magic Show was founded. And we've done literally thousands of these magic shows since that time to tens and thousands of people all over southern Colorado and even across the country. We want to do something that's exciting for them, that gets them interested in chemistry and science and engineering in general. Give them enough interest so they're going to want to learn more.
So it makes like your boring science at school and you don't like it to fun science that you can actually have fun with. It inspired me to like science even more. I was thinking of being a vet when I grew up, but you still have to do a lot of chemistry to be a vet too. So yeah, I might be a chemist, might be a vet, don't know. Science has always been my favorite subject, and this inspired me even more.
The Magic Show is part of the STEM Outreach Program, which invites children from around the local community to get a hands-on experience in a variety of scientific topics. Meanwhile, back at the Academy. Now we have the Academy's Research Awards. The Research Awards recognize cadets and faculty for their distinctive accomplishments in their field. Hold on. Slow. I wasn't even like halfway down. Okay. The Research Awards. The Research Awards recognize cadets and faculty for their distinctive accomplishments in their fields of scientific stuff that I don't pretend to understand. Some of these awards represented projects the cadets worked on their entire Academy career. Their distinctive accomplishments reflect great credit upon themselves in the United States. Oh wait, that's the wrong kind of award. Never mind. If you're not in the military, you may not have gotten that, but trust me, it was funny. Now we've got Tech Sergeant Romney Shire. Sergeant Shire is an AMT, but right now she's moonlighting as an Academy instructor. The AOC of her squadron, Cadet Squadron 39, came up with the idea for her to be an instructor when he found out she had a master's degree. They then approached the course director to see what it would take for her to get the job.
When I started course directing and teaching, I got an email from her and her AOC saying that she would like to teach, and I said she could come hard audit with me and we'd see how it went.
So while she has gotten to interact with the cadets outside the classroom, she now gets to see them on the other side of the fence.
Focus on self-development as well. So the first few lessons, they learn about themselves, kind of self-awareness, their values, and how that all plays into leadership.
She brings passion, and I think they like her level of integrity because she is really all about the cadets.
She also gives cadets a chance to see another side of the enlisted force.
She was able to share a lot of insights about, hey, this is what my experiences were as an enlisted person underneath an officer. So it was nice having that alternative perspective on a lot of those issues.
It's just going to make it so much easier for me to be more personable with them and for them to be more personable with me.
This also opens possibilities of this type of thing happening in the future.
The more we explore the NCO force, I think the more we're going to be able to bring to the classroom and the more opportunities there are for cadets.
Tech Sergeant Shire is not the first enlisted instructor, and hopefully she won't be the last. Now we have everybody's favorite segment, On Being. This week we have Captain Anne-Marie Sybil with On Being, an Air Force lawyer.
I'm Captain Anne-Marie Sybil, and I am an Air Force lawyer. At the Air Force Academy, I am the Chief of Military Justice, and that is a pretty fun title in and of itself. What I do is I take any adverse action that comes down the pike and I evaluate it, and I advise commanders on what actions they can and can't take. Besides prosecution and defense work, we also do the legal assistance on base. We help everybody with wills, powers of attorney, getting them ready to deploy, helping their spouses, family members, and the retirees with all kinds of legal questions about landlord-tenant and things of that nature. But downrange, what we do a lot of is contract work, because, you know, maybe we go to an area and we need to build an airfield. Well, we got to talk about how we can get the money to do it, and then how we can use the money to get the contractors needed to do the work that's necessary. And there's a lot of building going on in places like Iraq and Afghanistan, where lawyers come in really handy in advising on how to use money, but also how to use force. So the rules of the use of force and LOAC, the law of armed conflict, we have to brief people on all kinds of stuff on how to use and what kind of force they can use against our enemies.
Man, she was a great interview. Check out her full interview on the On Being YouTube channel, or we'll link it on Facebook tomorrow. You can check it out there. Now we have Sound Off. This week we asked people to sound off with what they do to promote respect within their workplace.
I try to live the golden rule, which is doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. In other words, treating people the way I would like to be treated, with mutual respect. But I'd like to add to that it kind of goes beyond that. It's not just saying it, but it's kind of showing it in our deeds and how we act, and that's every day. It's not just a one-time occurrence with someone. It's kind of like doing it when others aren't looking even, but how we live our lives every day and how we treat people every day.
The best way, I believe, is to give respect to others, and in that way you're promoting respect to everybody else. So kind of lead by example.
Probably the biggest thing you can do to promote respect in the workplace is to do unto others as you would have done to yourself. So if you treat everybody that you work with respect as if they were just like part of your family, that usually comes around in spades. You know, we're all professionals, we all wear the uniform, but sometimes we forget that to really treat someone with respect is to care about them. And so that's what I try to promote in my workplace.
There's several different things that we do, but one of the big things that I really try to encourage is that everybody will set forth their ideas of how to approach an issue or recognize folks. And so one of my big phrases is, I can always come up with an answer to a solution, but 98% of the time they're going to be able to come up with a better one. So looking for them to come up with ideas and ways to approach whatever the issue is at hand and to work with each other.
What I like to focus on is that there are differences among people. It's easy to get kind of focused in who I am, the way I like to have things run in the squadron and whatnot. But to be able to recognize other people's strengths and bring those in and embrace them. So it's really kind of a cognition thing, just realizing that they have different strengths and can bring those in.
Well, what I do to promote respect is when I talk to anybody, no matter the rank, I make it a point to stand up and talk to them and make eye contact. It's not really commanding, but it's encouraging respect. So that's all I do.
Boy, it sounds like an easy concept, huh? You'd be surprised. Sometimes people just seem to have bad days and forget the whole respect thing. They just need to be reminded and pushed, or no, wait, don't push them, I mean guide them in the right direction. Quick rundown on sports. Let's see, our hockey lost one and they tied one with, was it RIT?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew that. RIT while on the road. Our men's basketball team beat Utah on the road, while our Lady Falcons lost to the Utes at home. That's just about it. It was pretty much a slow sports week. All right, that's all we have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed the show and the new background. I like the pretty Air Force symbols, the way they float in and out. It's kind of cool. It's definitely a little bit of movie magic for you. These guys are awesome. No, we had 550 people last week that saw it. It boosted like by 200 views.
Really?
Yeah, last week was a success. I would say it was a successful show. Must have been the new background.
There was a comment.
There was a comment. I did see the comment.
Yeah, somebody said something about
classy.
Yeah, it was so classy because that's what we go for. It's class.
Which means we can't have it on this show.
We're gonna have to change the background now.